It's been an absolute blessing having cold email because it's even to this day, it generates so many leads for me. For example, yesterday I ran one campaign and let me check the stats. We got 17 leads in one day from a campaign. It's so cracked. Yeah, it's cracked, but it's getting harder to run. So this is literally a step-by-step guide to set up cold email and get it going for your business to start generating leads literally from today or 2 weeks time, right? When the infrastructure is warmed up. But essentially, first thing you want to do is you want to go to cheapinboxes.com, and they're going to basically get you set up with some domains, get you set up with some emails. They help you do the setup for you, right? No, I'm not affiliated with them. I buy my infrastructure from them and they sort it out. Inboxes.com is where you want to go. You'll have to get domains. They can help you buy the domains. They can help you set up the names. They can help you set up the emails, all that sort of stuff. You want to go to Cheap Inboxes and then they'll sort you out. From there, they will basically upload it to your sending software. So your sending software will either be smartlead.ai or Instantly AI. I think it's Instantly.ai, but it's called Instantly or Smartlead. I use Smartlead. And set up an account, pay for a certain amount of sending volume per month, and all you need to do is just buy an account and then they will set you up. Cheap Inboxes will set you up. From there, you're going to wait 2 weeks for your infrastructure to be warmed up, right? So they're going to turn the warming on, they're going to warm up your infrastructure. And what I mean by warming is that they will just have your infrastructure sending AI emails back and forth. So you get entered into a warm-up pool. So your email starts sending emails to warm other emails up, and then emails start sending emails to you to warm your emails up. So you get into a warm-up pool, and it starts increasing the volume that you're sending to and from the emails each day. And after 14 days, then your emails will have a better reputation than if they just started spamming from day one. The reason why that's important is because if you just set up emails and you start sending like thousands of emails day one, then you are going to get flagged. You're going to get flagged for spam and your emails will all be gone straight away. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are warming them up properly first. So you want to wait 2 weeks. You want to set a little reminder 2 weeks time after they're done. And then from there, you can start sending emails. Now, to get infrastructure, you want to go on to, to get emails to send to, you want to go to apollo.io, and there you're going to be able to scrape a list of people who you can basically send emails to. And the way that it works is you just literally go to apollo.io, that's the website, and you pay for a subscription and you will scrape a list of prospects that you want to target. I would also ask Claude, okay, I'm trying to target this specific market, what filters can I do on apollo.io to actually make that match my criteria? From there, you're going to scrape that list and then you want to upload it to your sending software. So once you have the list, once you have the infrastructure warmed up for 2 weeks, you now want to upload it to your sending software. So you literally just go to your sending software. So Smartlead, let's say Smartlead. You'll then create a campaign. Literally has a little plus button, it says create campaign. Create campaign, first of all, you're gonna have to upload your leads, so you upload your leads. I think each of the softwares as well to send an email campaign, it has a function where you can actually clean the emails. So I would definitely recommend like cleaning out the emails because some of them might be invalid, some of them might be spam traps, which will actually damage the reputation of your emails. And then, once you clean those, you upload them to the list, you're then gonna start creating the campaign copy. So the copy part is a little bit more tricky. Why is it tricky, you may ask? Because if you send 10,000 emails of the same email, then you're gonna get into a bit of a situation where your email gets flagged because it's the same email over and over again. It's similarly to how you have your emails that you're setting up and you're sending a high volume of emails outbound to emails that you've never sent emails to before. It gets flagged in the same way. So what you want to introduce is something called spin tags, and all of the platforms will help you do this as well. There's other videos on YouTube you can watch on how to actually spin tax your emails, but essentially you want to spin tax your emails. And what that actually means is that you're just creating different variations of the word. So you might have a different word which means the same thing, or a different phrase that means the same thing. You can also just put your email, so write out your full email, put it into Claude and say Spintax this smart lead style, or instantly AI style. And then it will just print back to you the full email. And from there, once you actually check if all of the variations make sense, you just go to campaign review and you can see what it actually looks like after you create the campaign and stuff like that. But in general, in terms of copywriting and stuff like that, I would keep it very simple, very to the point, and very value driven. So it's literally just, for example, if you're trying to target, I don't know, recruitment companies, for example, you could just say, hi, we've got businesses who are looking for recruitment services. Do you want to have a conversation? Something as simple as that. You can obviously develop tactics from there, but you have something inherently valuable. You're offering it to them in exchange for a conversation. Bang. You're now a copywriter and you're now a cold email specialist. So that's pretty much as far as I would go with the copywriting side of things. But you want to add in spin tags. So it might be like, hey, hi, hello, all that sort of thing. From there, once you've actually done the spin tags and the email side of things, it's probably important to talk about the amount of volume that you want to run. So in terms of buying emails and buying a certain amount of domains and stuff like that, I would recommend going for at least, it depends how much of a budget you have, but I would say as a test, you want to do at least 30 domains. And then that would be 90 inboxes times $3.50 is what? Is that right? £270. $270. That's what it looks like. $270 you'll be paying per month, but $270, okay, 90 domains times 15 per day. So you'd be sending around 15 emails per day. 15 emails per day per inbox. So you have 90 inboxes, 30 domains, so 3 inboxes per domain. Sending 15 a day equals, what is that? Let me work that out. 15 times 90 is 1,350. So 1,350 emails per day is what you'll be sending for that. And you might be thinking, wow, 1,350 emails per day. You need to be sending loads of volume in cold email. It's as simple as that. And what I've learned is that the hardest thing about cold email is the deliverability aspect. And you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of, oh, my emails aren't delivering, the results aren't as good as they were before, what's going on? Is my market dead? Is my email infrastructure dead? Email infrastructure might be dead. You just want to follow best practices and you'll be fine, yeah? I would say in general, just follow best practice. Make sure you spin tax your emails, make sure you clean your emails, make sure you're sticking to 15 emails sent per day, make sure you're sending 5 days a week, not 7 days a week. Time gap, make sure the time sent in between each email was 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You could even make it 20 minutes, because then over the course of a working day, you'll be sending 15 emails a day or something like that per inbox. But just make sure you're following best practices. So what are the best practices? I'll write them down for you here so you can write them down. Just change the pen up. Woo. Best practices, 15 sends per day, per inbox. Spin tax, clean emails, so get rid of actuals. Time gap in between each email, 15 minutes. I think that's pretty much it, really. And then if your infrastructure starts to massively underperform, you want to basically send within these parameters. But if your reply rate, including out of office emails, yeah, so including out of office emails, you can change it in the stats of each campaign to include out of office emails in your percentage of replies. So let me just show you my percentage of replies right now. My percentage of replies right now is including out of office. I've got some campaigns 7%, 4%, 1%, 2.5%. On this one, you can see 17 positive replies, 13 positive replies. Your reply rate, including out of office, you really want it to be minimum, or maybe on average 2%, I would say. And then if it starts falling below that, consistently, then you probably need to get more infrastructure. That's the way I would look at it. I wouldn't worry about re-warming up the infrastructure, reigniting it. Just get more infrastructure, yeah? That's the way that I would think about it. And don't let your entire business rely on cold email. Use other channels as well. I learned that very quickly, that we were trying to basically run our entire business off of cold email, and it's not reliable on its own. It's like supplementary to cold calling and stuff like that at the moment. But if you're targeting the US, then like cold email at scale, you want to be doing way more email volume than 1,300 a day. Cold email at scale is good. But yeah, don't rely on it entirely. But it's a great way of generating leads. It's a great way of generating leads and getting some additional leads into your business. So these are the best practices here. Best practices around cold email sending. Monitoring campaigns, like I said, including out of office, you want to be above like 2% reply rate. But really, in order to scale cold email, I would really be looking at your closed deals. Obviously, that's the most important number, but I would just be tracking like how many deals are coming through cold email, and then reinvest, like figuring out what your profit is, or like return on ad spend, like ROAS on cold email. Because if you can work out your like return on investment on cold email, then you can just scale it up. But without knowing those numbers, you don't really know how it's working. And you'll also get to a point as well where you like reach the point of like, diminishing returns. So you'll start reaching out to all of your market continuously with the same sort of messaging, and your rate of return will decrease with the more volume that you add. So you might need to diversify into other markets or other messaging. You might want to have certain messaging sequences that you test out. But yeah, that's really important to understand. So keep scaling it up until like you get to the point where like your ROAS decreases with volume. So yeah, make sure you're working out that number. And yeah, like I said before, cold email has been like amazing for me. If you guys have any questions around your setup for cold email, then just let me know. But yeah, it's been a game changer for me. It helped me start my first business. It's a great additional channel to add onto your marketing if you're doing like cold calling and stuff like that already, or you're not doing any cold email at all. So yeah, check that out, try it out. Use what I said in this video, and let me know how you get on. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you want to work with me one-on-one, ask me more questions around this sort of stuff, cold email outbound, cold calling outbound, sales, all that sort of stuff, then feel free to just book in on my website. But yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.